Aloha, my name is Santiago Otani. I'm an artist, mostly a painter. I'm from California, but my family's from Hawaii, so I've been coming here a lot throughout my whole life, and I've been living here for the past 2.5 years. I'd like to think that this mural represents the heart of Kaka in terms of representing a lot of the people that grew up in this area before the modernization of Honolulu. What we have are 21 different photo recreations of old sepia tone photos. People that grew up here, that had family for generations here, including my family. So I'm very honored to be a part of this. We'll start over here. This is, most of you will recognize Gabby Pops Pahinui, and he's one of the most famous slack key guitar players, and just like a treasure to Hawaiian music. His music has always influenced me and has always been so beautiful and inspiring, and just the way that he would sing and croon would just, I don't know, it gives me chicken skin all the time. So this was definitely an honor to paint, and I've been in touch with his son Cyril a lot throughout the process, and he was very honored to have me do this, a proper portrait of his father. So that was really important to me. We also have here, this is Kazuo Otani. This is my grandfather. He worked for Honolulu Reinforced Steel, and he actually oversaw the building of so many buildings throughout this island. And he was just an incredible man. I wish I got to spend more time with him in my older ages. So this is actually a portrait of him in the middle with some of his friends growing up. You know, the Kaka boys, who were known always to be very tough. They were scrappers. They got into a lot of fights, and a lot of them were then coached later on and taught boxing and stuff like that to kind of bring them out of that, you know, just like the fighting mentality. It was more about discipline, but the thing about them was that they were very courageous, and even though they were known for getting into scraps and stuff like that, they were very much. It was just part of their attitude and the strength of the community and their honor and pride of the community. So it was more taken as that, and a lot of people respected them because of that, because they were so tightly knit, and they didn't care what race or background they came from. They all united as one neighborhood. So I thought that was a really awesome part of history that I learned while talking to family about it. Also, another photo that I really like is this one right here in the middle. This is a scene from Kewalo Basin, 1929. This is my great-grandfather, Sakuzo Otani. That's actually supposed to be him, kind of blurry up top, the tall man. He was pretty tall. He was, for a Japanese man, he was 6'1", and he had this boat, the Nakashima Maru, and it was a 70-foot sampan fishing boat for he was a tuna commercial fisherman. And this photo, I guess, just really shows kind of the community and people and kind of a little bit what it was like in simpler times. And it's definitely a treasure of my family, that, and also very much an honor that I could paint such an epic scene as the centerpiece of the mural. This is a portrait of Yonoichi Kitagawa. He was well known in the community as a boxing coach. He took a lot of the kids that were rough around the edges and gave them discipline and self-respect. And he worked, my grandfather worked with him a lot, helped teaching the kids how to box and stuff like that. And I just really love this portrait. I think this is my favorite one. I think it just turned out the best, the shading, the smile on his face, the energy. It was just also the last painting I did in this mural, so it really is kind of like the pinnacle of my work. I also wanted to mention too that all these letters and words that you see up here were the names of the camps, as they would call them, or the different sections of the neighborhood. It's very random. They're not necessarily associated with any one picture. It's more like a scrolling marquee. You kind of think of like someone like putting a whole bunch of old photos on a wall, old memories. But my mom actually painted all these letters and the names underneath all the portraits while I did the portraits myself. And that was just a really awesome thing in terms of, once again, connecting with your past and your history and your family, to be able to make something into a cohesive image. I think the most important thing is about honoring our past and remembering where we came from. It's also too often that we, especially youth these days, we don't talk about things that happened before 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. We everything is so contemporary, and a lot of times I think we lose sight of where we came from, our roots. A woman that helped me with this project a lot, named Marcia Gibson, wrote this book, Kaka as we knew it. And this is a fantastic book in terms of relating to the past and just being nostalgic for our history and where we came from. So definitely recommend it.